physical appearances or the methods that they use to torment people cause maladies, athletic dreams, emotions. Both authors who wrote theological dissertations on subject either truly believed in the existence of internal spirits or wrote as philosophical guide to understanding an ancient perspective of behavior or morality in folklore and religious themes. The Testament of Solomon is pseudological work, purposed written by King Solomon, in which the author describes particular demons whom he had enslaved to help build the temple. The question he had put about their deeds and how they were thwarted, and their answers, which proven to be a kind of work, self-help manual against demonic activity. That date is very dubious, though it is considered the oldest surviving work particularly concerned in individual demons. Michael Psellus prepared this classification of demons in the 11th century, which was inspired for the classifications Francisco Maria Guazzo prepared later. They divided demons into flary aerial, subterranean, lucifus, aqueous, and terrestrial. In 1409 to 1410, the lantern lights of anonymous demons provided a classification system where there would be 7 deadly sins, with each demon tempting by people by those sins. This list was later used in the works of John Taylor, the water poet. Lucifer is the name of area folklore associated with the planet Venus. Due to the unique movements and sinuous appearances of Venus in the sky, traditional narratives surrounding these figures are often involved from the heavens to the earth or the underworld, originally stemming from the sun personified the goddess Aurora. In Roman mythology, that his name was subconscious into Christian folklore as a name for Satan. Modern scholarship generally translates the term to the relevant Bible passage where the ancient Greek figure's name was historically used as morning star or the shining one, rather than the proper name Lucifer. As a name for the devil in Christian theology, more common in English, Lucifer is rendering Hebrew word in Isaiah, given by King James in the Bible version. Translators of the version took the word Latin vulgate, which translated by Latin word Lucifer, meaning the word morning star, the planet Venus, or an adjective light bringing, as a name for the planet in morning aspect. Lucifer is the proper name in capitalized English. The Greco-Roman civilization, it is often personified as considered a god, in some versions the son of Aurora, the dawn. A similar name to the Roman poet Catullus from the planet aspect Lucifer. In Roman folklore, Lucifer was the name of the planet Venus. In the book of Isaiah chapter 14, the king of Babylon condemned in prophetic vision by the prophet Isaiah, Hebrew for the shining one, son of the morning, who addressed as the Hela Shabir, refers to only once in the Hebrew Bible. Similarly, the Vulgate renders Latin as Lucifer, the name in that language for morning star. According to King James Bible, Strong's Concordance, the original Hebrew word shining light bearer, and English translation given by King James text is the Latin name for the planet Venus, Lucifer, as it was already the white leaf. However, the translation Some Christian writers appeal to Lucifer in the book of Isaiah as a motive to bring cast down to earth to Satan. Argues that the New Testament in War of Heaven of Revelation 12, in which the dragon who is called the devil and Satan was thrown down to earth, was derived from a passage about the Babylonian king in Isaiah. Interpreted such Old Testament passages as being about manifestations of the devil, but in writing in Greek, not Latin. He does not identify the word devil with the name Lucifer. Origen was not the first to interpret Isaiah 14 passage as referring to the devil. He preceded by at least Tertullian, who was the adversus. Twice presents a spoken devil by the devil of the words Isaiah 14:14. I will ascend above from the top of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High. Through Tertullian, speaker of the language in which Lucifer was created, Lucifer is not among the numerous names and phases he described to use as a devil. Even at the time, the Latin writer Augustine of Hippo, a contemporary of the composition Vulgate, Lucifer had not been a common name for the devil. Sometime with the metaphor of the morning star that Isaiah 14:12 applied to the king of Babylon gave rise to the general of the use of Latin word for morning star, capitalized as the original name of the devil before his fall from grace, linking Isaiah 14:12 with Luke 10. I saw Satan from lightning from heaven. An interpretation in passage in Isaiah as an allegory of Satan's fall from heaven. As a result, Lucifer became a byword for the Satan or devil in the church and in popular literature. However, unlike the English word was not yet exclusively in the way and was applied to also including Jesus. The Vulgate of Revelation 12:22-16, where English translators refer to Jesus as the bright morning star. Adherents of King James only movement and the ones who hold Isaiah 14:12 does not indeed refer to the devil, as have condemned modern translations as opposing view attributes to Origen. The first identification of the Lucifer in Isaiah 14:12 with the devil, and Tertullian, Augustine, Hippo, the spread of the story Lucifer as fallen through pride, envy of God, jealousy of humans. However, the understanding of the morning star in Isaiah 14:12 as a metaphor referring to King Babylon continued to exist among Christians. Isaiah calls King Morning Star, not as being a star, but as being an illusion of it. The same understanding is shown in Christian traditions of the passage, in which English generally use morning star, rather treating the word as a proper name, Lucifer. So too in other religions such as French, German, Portuguese, and Spanish. Even the Vulgate Latin is printed with lowercase Lucifer, morning star, not uppercase Lucifer, proper name. John Calvin said, the exposition of this passage, which some have given, has referred to Satan as risen from ignorance. The context plainly shows these statements must be understood to reverence of the king of Babylonians. Martin Luther also considered it a gross error to refer this verse to the devil.